So what do you do if you want to fix your film? And maybe you want to do it organically, maybe you want to do it on a budget. What have we got here? Well, here's the classic thing you use. It's something like this, Ilford Rapid Fixer. Old Radio says, but it made some good soups. Learned the hard way, like I always do. Yes, we are. I've got a word for us watching this. I'm sure we all are. We are autodidacts. That's right. If someone says, are you an autodidact? You say, yes, I am. Autodidact means you teach yourself this stuff, which is much more preferable than my old chemistry teacher, who was a bastard. So I learned in the comfort of my kitchen, not as a depressed teenager. Anyway, Ilford Rapid Fixer. This is the classic stuff. This is 1 litre. It makes 5 litres of stock solution. All these prices are going to be in pounds. I'm sorry to Americans, but you get the idea. Maybe you can get it cheaper there. But that costs almost say £20 for 5 litres. Now what else? What else can you use? Well, I found this stuff. It's interesting. This Bellini fixer, $11.25, much cheaper. Turns out this is not concentrate. This is just to make 1 litre of stock solution. So that's twice the price of Ilford. It's probably decent quality, at least at that price. I hope it is. What else can you do? Well, what about if you made up the fixer out of crystals and chemicals? You buy the dry compounds yourself and add the water. What's that going to do? Well, let's see how much 5 litres worth of sodium thiosulfate. £25.27 plus 4.15 postage. Call it £30 for sodium thiosulfate to make 5 litres of sodium thiosulfate. Thing is, you actually have to also add what have I got here? Some sodium bisulfate or citric acid to that. Yeah, that works out to be a bit more expensive, I think, per litre than the Ilford. And finally, what have we got here? Yes, salt. How much does salt cost these days? Oh, Barry says mercaptan is what is added to propane to give it the skunk smell. Yes, they add smelly stuff to gas, don't they, as well? Yes. You're that's very interesting. I do believe there's some kind of there's a company in the UK that makes the smelly chemicals they put in gas, and only one company makes it because it smells so disgusting that no one wants to deal with it. And this company turns out to be 2 blokes in a shed, and they make all the smell for all of British gas because that stuff is so powerful. Anyway, let's get back to the salt. 2,000 grams. Well, for 5 litres at 400 grams a litre. You need 2 kilograms of salt, so that costs £10.99. So how does that all work out? Shall we look at the sums here? Yes, we shall. Here we go. I've written it all down. So let's work it out. For 1 litre of stock will cost you £4 if you get Ilford Rapid Fixer. If you get the Bellini Fixer, it's £11.25 per litre of stock fixer. If you buy the thiosulfate and the sodium bisulfate, that's coming to like £6 for a litre of stock. Of course, you could buy like a whole 100 kilograms of the stuff from a swimming pool to supply shop, because sodium thiosulfate, one use of it is to reduce the amount of chlorine in the swimming pool. So you could buy it in huge amounts, but it doesn't look like you're saving much for having to mix it yourself compared to Ilford. Salt, well, you need 400 grams per litre. That's a very concentrated salt solution to fix your film. And that comes to only £2.20 per litre. But then, you've got all that business with having to dissolve it, having to keep it warm. How are you going to keep it warm? Where's the energy going to come from for that? And power costs money these days. Well, it always did, but it costs a lot more than it did. So you got to keep it warm. You got to dissolve it in water. You got to wait 6 hours. Yes, it's going to be cheaper. And maybe if you're somewhere where you cannot possibly get hold of fixer, at a pinch, you could use salt. You could use sea salt. So there you go. 400 grams a litre. Oh, and a bag of onions only costs £1.90 at my local Turkish supermarket. So I think the takeaway lesson you can get from here is Ilford Rapid Fixer is still the best fixer you can use. You can reuse it. 1 liter of concentrate will last you a good length of time. Yes, if you're really worried about the environmental impact of stuff like sodium thiosulfate and everything, go ahead, use salt water. Don't blame me if your film ends up with little squares and crystals all over it. Oh, you can blame me. What do I care? And I by all means, if you're on a food budget, get one of those big bags of onions for £1.90. Unbelievable deal you can get there.